but when did you become all in with music? Take me through that time.
I had resigned from my job. I was working as a residential aide at a shelter. I resigned on Valentine's Day, and my mom said she had my support, and my mentor, 80, said he had my support, and I just was like, I'm gonna pursue my rap career, because it got to a point where I'm clocking in. I'm a full-time residential aide, doing residential aid full-time. And I'm trying to go to the studio too as well.
Yeah.
It was draining me to the point where my mother would see it and she would be like, if this is something that you really want to do, you're gonna have to let go one of them. But if you when you do let go of it, make sure you resign and you just don't quit and burn your bridges. Not to say that you need to come back, but you know, it's just the courtesy way of doing things.
Could you take me through a typical day being a residential aide?
Come in what was it, 8 or 9? I probably been late sometime, but we gonna say 8:30. Come in 8:30 in the morning, dealing with clients that have problems. You gotta feed them. They got breakfast, and you might get a little lunch, dinner. You gotta check to see if they in their rooms. Check to see if their rooms is actually maintained. They don't have anything they not supposed to have. And some of these people they drug addicts. Some are just homeless trying to figure it out. Some have mental issues. It's a lot.
And you did this for how long?
Like 2 years.
So throughout that dynamic, the thing that I find extremely intriguing sometimes is people don't grow up homeless. Not in most cases. What I mean by that is, typically, there was a story behind a person that's on the side of the street. There's a typical story behind a person that's in the shelter, right? Everybody just doesn't poof one day wake up and it's like, yo, everything's gotten bad. You don't just get strung out on drugs just by, happenstance, right? Is there a story that you care to share that, a specific individual went through and you kind of interpret it as it could have been anybody?
Well, my dad was an addict, and he was a hustler first and got hooked onto his supplies. And I just take it as, I remember my mom telling me something like, when your dad first told me that he was using drugs, it was something that he regretted so bad, but it was temptation. He couldn't believe that he was getting so much customers. He was like, I don't know why they keep coming back. He like, there's no way that they could get just strung out like this. Somebody strong like me could do this one time and things would just go bad. And temptations is a lie. He tests himself. And when he tests himself, it was over.
That's crazy. Because like for me, I've never had a spirit to do certain things. But what you do, we all have vices. We all have things that it's like, bro, I'd never do that. But you'll find out that you'll do it. Like my heart is so tender to those specific moments. I don't drink, but I know people who do. Alcoholism is real. Hey, I don't smoke, like marijuana, but I smoke cigars. And some will say, man, I never smoke a cigar. Some will say, I never smoke weed. I don't do hard drugs. Some people do. And they probably have been to a point where it's like, yo, I'll never be what I am today. But as they always say never, because
you never say never.
You could be in that type of situation.
You never know. Life has its way of showing you things, for sure.
Now, how has that relationship impacted you? Are you still close with your father?
No, my father passed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my father's deceased. Yeah.
But was it because of, or how has that had an impact on you? I'm sorry to even bring that up, though.
My grandmother told me that he was sick. He had cancer, but the drugs didn't make it no better. Him being a user didn't make it any better, and she would always say that. So to her, she felt that it was both.
So
It's like your body can't fight that off because you're
it's
already,
already
abusing
fighting.
it.
Yeah. What was your first validation to rap, right? It's like I heard you talk about your mentor giving you grace, heard you talk about your mother giving you grace. What moment, was it radio play? Was it like, like the response or the faces on your mom or whoever? Like how did, or what was it that you saw that made you feel like you were doing what you were supposed to do?
When I first started rapping, I was doing it because it was fun. And as it being fun, people watching and they saying, hey, you have a real talent. I know this is a hobby for you, but you should take it serious. And when I start to really like dive into it, I realized that when I did stop doing music, because it was just a hobby, I needed it because it was therapeutic. It was something that helped me get through the day, for sure. Even if I write a good 8-bar in a journal or anything like that, it'll make my day so much better.
How do you create? Is it traveling? Is it being amongst,
It's literally everything. Like, rap for me is a lifestyle, whether I'm asleep or not. Everything that I do when I'm dealing with business, when I'm hanging out with my family, when I'm getting ready to head out, take a shower, or going out to eat, any little thing is a lifestyle for rap for me.
Now, how much of rap, dare I say is a lie, but how much of rap is exaggerated?
For me?
Yeah, you specifically.
It's drastically.
Why you say that?
Because I always say this, I didn't choose rap. Rap chose me. I didn't have a choice. So that is an unbreakable bond right there. That energy is strong. So it's like, what I'm gonna do?
When a person hear you rap, that voice, that tone comes from where? Because hearing you talk naturally, you don't hear.
But sometimes I get like that. If you ask me a certain question, I'm gonna get like that. But as an artist, I use my vocals as an instrument. And that's the most important thing to making music, when you learn how to use your vocals as an instrument. You're supposed to have fun. Being an artist is not being your day-by-day person as your government name, like you somebody else as well, So you get to have fun. You get to be somebody that you don't want to be in front of people, but you trick yourself into doing it because you rapping and you feeling good. You don't care who watching.
If you weren't rapping, what would you be doing?